Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today I want to talk to you about recovering from caregiving. I feel like there should be a support group, and I'm sure there is. I haven't looked into that. Hi, my name is Tanna, and I'm a recovering caregiver. It's a really strange time. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this message for you today is because I'm forgetting still that I'm not a caregiver full time, even though Mom's not here in the house full time anymore. Full time. You know what I'm saying. She's not physically here in the house anymore. I feel her spiritually. But I'm having a hard time realizing that I have freedom again. And this came up because my husband and I were talking about a couple things that we want to do. And I was thinking, well, I want to do that on a Sunday soon. And he said, we can do this anytime we want now. It doesn't have to just be on the weekends, because all my plans, I only saw my husband on the weekends, and we would make plans when we were together on the weekends, and someone was here with my mom. The caregiver was usually here. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that I can do whatever I want when I want now. It's a really strange feeling, and it reminds me of this story that I heard, and I don't know if it was just a story, if it was an experiment that was done, but I heard about there was a dog on a chain, and it could only go so far because of this chain. Hi, Lovey. Yes, I see you. And when it was taken off the chain, it wouldn't go beyond this point because it was so used to only being able to go this far on the chain. And I feel like I'm still on the caregiving chain. Like I can only go so far. I had people coming to me for lunch and dinner, all that breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the time because I couldn't really go very far. And I still feel like that. I'm not used to it yet. So the other thing that I have to take into consideration is even though I can go out and see people and do what I want when I want and be gone all day if I want, I don't have the energy to go and do a lot right now. So I'm staying a little bit close to home because I'm still kind of recovering emotionally and physically, because this has been incredibly taxing on me. I've been in this role for 15 years, full-time for over 10, and I'm just used to being on 24/7 and listening to Mom and having a baby monitor next to my head, and every time there was any little noise, I had to be like alert, aware, and checking on her and make sure she was okay. And she's just been my life for so long, and her care 24 hours a day was my life, making sure that she was happy and comfortable and eating well and exercising and getting social interaction at senior daycare, and that she was having good movies to watch during the day. I taped all these amazing classic movies for her to watch, and that she had her music to listen to, and that she was just happy and content and living a good life and as healthy as possible. That was just my main concern all the time, and making lists for the people who were here helping me with her in between. I used to have 6 pages of notes for anybody that came here, regardless of how long they were here. It's like, here are the notes, read them. And it's kind of, and it's also, I guess, kind of like being laid off of a job that you've been doing all day, every day for years and years and years. I felt like that when I got laid off from my job. I remember the first morning after I got laid off, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I have no routine. I don't know what to do with myself. And eventually I created a new routine, and it evolved into caring for Mom, and that was my routine. And I'm still sticking with certain parts of my routine that were just for me in the mornings before I would get Mom up, my workout, my meditation, all that kind of thing, my spending time outside. So that I've been able to maintain. But the rest of the day, I'm just so used to it being about my mom, and here at the house, it's messing with my head a little bit. And I can't go beyond where my imaginary chain used to allow me to go. So I'm kind of getting used to that. So if you're a caregiver and you're in this role, you're probably somewhat restricted in your life and what you can do and when and how long and where you can go and all that kind of thing. But when your caregiving is over, it may take you time to acclimate to a new way of life, and that you do have this freedom, and that you don't have to be constantly focused on this person 24/7, because they're not physically here anymore, and now they're just with you in a spiritual sense. But it can still take a while to let that sink in mentally and emotionally. So that's kind of where I am right now. It's it just feels weird. And I have a hard time allowing myself to relax sometimes too, because I always said, oh, I'm going to get the bedroom done, and once the bedroom is done, then I'm going to sleep for a month. Well, that is not the case. I just am not allowing myself to sleep in much, and yeah, it's just a weird time. But the point is, I'm doing the best I can every day. I'm trying to allow myself to relax and remind myself that it's okay to do nothing. If I've reached that point where I've done everything that I need to do, because it's been nonstop, just cleaning out the house, taking care of accounts, my mom's affairs, making phone calls, making changes, notifying people. It's been just constant and overwhelming. And now that it's slowed down a little bit, I kind of feel like I don't know what to do with myself. And I'm used to being busy. I like being busy. So it's kind of weird that I've been saying, oh, I'm just going to sleep for a month. It's a nice idea, but I can't really relax completely unless I am elsewhere. I would love to just plan a trip to Maui right now with a girlfriend and go for a week and just lay by the pool or have a cabana on the beach and have the cabana boy bring me pina coladas and just do nothing. That's the only time I'm really okay with allowing myself to do nothing, is if I'm on vacation, I'm away from my house, but I'm not going to be fully away for a good amount of time for a while. So I have to figure it out now and find that balance between stuff that still needs to be done and the downtime that I have. So you might be going through that as well. And so you just have to do whatever feels right in the moment. And please just give yourself permission to have that downtime and to allow yourself to decompress, because we all need that after someone passes. Even if you weren't a caregiver, when somebody passes, it's a huge emotional blow and it's a huge change in your life when that person's energy is no longer here, even if you didn't see them all the time. And it takes adjustment. So this is an adjusting time. And I have to try not to put pressure on myself also that, okay, it's been this long, so now I should be here. And, I've already talked about this pressure from other people telling you, you should be feeling like this should be happening by now. I'm trying not to do that to myself because I'm still doing it to myself once in a while. And I'm giving myself a certain amount of time to decompress, and I might need more, I might need less. I might feel like emerging and hitting the ground running with different aspects of my life sooner than what I've allotted for myself, but I might need more time than that as well. And so I'm trying to honor that just one day at a time. It's like any recovery program, just one day at a time. And you can take it one moment at a time and 1 hour at a time during that one day at a time. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. And every day is different. So during the down days, I'm trying to honor it and appreciate it and utilize it for my own well-being, however that is. Maybe that's having lunch with a friend, or maybe it's reading a magazine, or now that it's warmer, maybe going out in my pool. And the pool is a great thing because I always get lots of ideas when I'm in the pool. So that's going to benefit me in my life going forward. Anyway, dual benefit there. But during the other times when I'm like, oh, I'm not busy, I have to keep myself from feeling lazy and unproductive, because to me, sometimes not busy, when it's not intentional resting and relaxing and refreshing, it feels lazy and unproductive, and I don't like that. I think that's some leftover corporate mentality in there. So give yourself permission to decompress and recover in whatever way works for you. And everybody's situation is different. You might be able to move someplace else if you've been tied to a certain place. You might be able to focus more on a relationship or a career or an interest that had to take a back seat because you were primarily focused on the loved one you were caring for. And it may feel weird. I mean, maybe you'll jump in to be like, yay, I'm free and I can finally do this. Or maybe like me, you're having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to that and accepting and embracing the freedom. So do it in stages if that's what works for you. And just take care of yourself and find what feels good along the way. Little things that make you happy and help you get over that step of where you are in this process at the moment if you're having a hard time with it. And I hope that if you are in that situation, that that this is helping you. I'm sharing this for other caregivers that may be in the same situation and eventually will be where I am, where it's afterwards and your loved one has passed on and you're figuring out your life. And sometimes that breaks down into a daily thing. So just be patient with yourself. You will figure it out. Your path will unfold for you. And just if you're taking care of yourself and trying to feel good along the way and focus on the positive, it's going to unfold in amazing and wonderful and miraculous ways. And that is what I know for myself, and that is what I know for you. So, as always, I want to thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoy these videos, remember to subscribe. And if you'd like them delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, jump over to my website, tannamarshall.com. Join the mailing list. You'll get a special note from me that only goes out to my list on Fridays. So with that, I want to wish you a great weekend. And go decompress and relax and enjoy yourself regardless of what your situation is. And I will see you next time.